We went from flooding to snow after we fog. It's just, what is going on? Is it like Cobra Commander's got the weather dominator or something? What's going on here? Preparing for the worst and hoping for the best is always key. And I was just sitting here thinking to myself, you know, I have different weather conditions, and we don't get flooded here, but we get flooded in other areas that we pass through, and that's where the truck comes in, and I have to use a truck through those areas if it ever gets flooded. And height wise, you know, it's fine for the truck to go through high water and stuff like that. That's what it's meant to do. And the fact I have four-wheel drive, so there's the other option in the back of my mind. So sometimes with the weather conditions, I try not to worry too much about that, because there's always a backup, you know, contingencies. And the snow chains, I mean, I have snow chains, I have snow cables, I've even got those snow zip tie things. It's ridiculous how much snow related stuff that we keep on hand in the event that, you know, we get a lot of snow. And it's just something we've always had to deal with. A lot of folks just kind of let it go, and you'll see accidents. And, you know, last year we had a guy, he just had four-wheel drive, and he slid and his truck ran through somebody else's house. And just because you got four-wheel drive doesn't change the game. I've seen two-wheel drive trucks make it through crap that some four-wheel drive drivers can't make it through because they don't know how to operate a four-wheel drive correctly. And that's usually the case with a lot of things. Just because you have four-wheel drive doesn't make everything better. It's just like a lot of things out there. It's just because you got it don't mean that you know what you're doing. And that's something to keep in mind. But I was just, you know, looking at, we have dogs for security, and I know one's Bandit's not quite there yet. You know, he's going on 6 months old, man. He's getting pretty big though. But you know, the dogs for security, okay, and you got to make sure you got food for them. And that's something else other people forget about. You know, they forget about stuff like that. How much food do you have on hand for your dog? And that's something that I always make sure I have plenty of dog food. And I don't get the cheap stuff. I just can't let them have diarrhea and crap everywhere. That's the other thing. You get too cheap dog food, your dog craps everywhere, and he don't like it, and he's unhealthy, and he's not a very good protector at that point. If he's sick, he's not going to be performing very well. But not just food for your family, but you got to think about all these other aspects of things that I know I'm just rambling today, but it's just something I was thinking about, and it's something to consider. Firewood, also another thing. If you have a wood burning stove in your basement, or you have a fireplace or something like that, having plenty of cords of wood, and good cords of wood. You know, people will gyp you on the cords of wood. $25 a truck bed's not bad, but if you run in a situation where you don't get enough hardwood, you know, hardwood lasts longer, and you got to get plenty of that stuff. You'll know the difference because it's heavier and it's brown, and that's usually the case. People don't think of stuff like that. Bandit's already went out. He's fine, sweetie. No, he doesn't. No, he just wants to go romp through the snow. That's what he wants to do. Anyway, the kid's always trying to help me. Anyway, all right, I got to start this project. So I'm going to be turning this into it's like a carpenter's toolbox, but I'm going to use it for leatherwork. And I scored all this stuff for free. It was slightly damaged, I guess, but I got all this stuff for free. It's got, you can see it's got funk all over it and everything, but I scored that. A friend had told me about it. Looks like that's right at 9 wide, and lengthwise, don't know if I want the whole length of that. Let's see what length are we at. Looks like that's 6 feet, 72 inches. Let's see what we got here. And we got these are just 5.5. And these are 5.5, and they're the same length, I'm assuming. They look the same. Yep, exactly 6 feet. So, got all these pieces that I need here. At some point, I want to make it dive in, and I need to figure out the exact edge to put on this, and then I'm going to have to make a hole for a handle in here. It's going to have a hole section for a handle, and I'm probably going to do a long one for picking it up and carrying it right in the center here. And these here, shouldn't have to cut them down. I want to be able to put the handle in here and do something pretty neat with that to carry all my tools. I was just working on that project. I come out here and what?